Everyone, and welcome to the stream. I am Cress Nether, and it is my utmost pleasure to announce that we are back playing by the book Daggerheart. And I don't have anything much to add, except for, oh my goodness, what is Cyrenix going to get? Please do not make it the cloak of the Artificer, because I'll be upset. No, it's in fact a studded club haunted by the ancestors that what's the word? Sacrificed a knucklebone to put it in there. Good luck with that. Thank you so much, Danny, for that resub. Also, congratulations on Games Eve being first, Ducky being second, and Danny being third. I also see some random encounters that I see. Some have won, some have not. The punching bag is still reigning supreme. But without further ado, let's bring us. Ducky, thank you for the resub, and apparently there's a hype train going on, but let me share that with the rest of the folks in our Discord call right now. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you all doing? Alvrins, you're a Goron.
Neat.
Yeah. I have heard from multiple sources that we're all pretty much tired.
All right.
Yes.
You're all right. Okay.
I'm good to do so. My diet is more like I lifted a lot of weights and my muscles hurt.
That is also very fair.
I work 9 hours of retail.
Ugh, that will tire you out, certainly.
And usually we have a turnover of about 1,300 or 1,500. Today it was 2,200.
Oh, goodness. That is a lot of revenue.
Yeah.
Must have been a busy day, but I'm glad you're here, and I hope not to make this too tiresome for you all.
It's okay. I'm about to take my ADHD meds, so I will be capable of thinking in about 10 minutes.
I'm awake, but I am cradling a cat.
Cat.
You know what? I'm gonna go check on my cat because he's old.
Okay.
Good luck.
Check on the old man.
Apparently, I'm not just in a normal hype train, I'm in a treasure train that unlocks a discount. That's some predatory tactics, Twitch.
That sure is something.
That sure is something.
Doesn't the treasure train give you the opportunity to get a kappa?
Really?
What?
Interesting.
You
I
get
thought
the
that was
golden kappa.
I thought that was the
emote.
golden train and not the treasure train. This is new for me.
Wait,
I don't know. All of
like
this
the
is
yokai or like the Twitch emote?
The Twitch emote, not the yokai.
Okay.
Then I don't
yeah,
give a
the
shit.
unfortunate person that honestly shouldn't be emote at this point.
I don't know who that is.
Total biscuit, but that's a conversation for another time.
Fair, yeah. Let me turn on some other music. As today, before everyone is back, we are going to be continuing with our character creation. And the final step in character creation is character connections. Which is...
Dun dun dun.
It is very dun. An important part of character creation in Daggerheart, because it is all about character connections, all about narrative stakes, and figuring out how your character
are related in a broader sense?
Yes, figuring out how your character relates to other characters is very important.
Right.
And
Well, I think I'm going to have an
Mhm.
easier time doing that because my job is connecting people or
Mm.
bringing stuff from point A to point B.
Mm,
Like if two other players here want to just have a connection but are just like spatially like displaced, like I can facilitate that connection potentially.
that is very fair. I would say that at the very least at the start of our first scenes, you would all be in the hub settlement of Kot. But it doesn't have to mean that you are specifically from there. Just to check, do we have an Elvrins, or is Elvrins not yet?
No, yeah, no, I'm vibing.
You're vibing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is fair. In that case, to kind of explain what is happening here, character creation is almost done. We have chosen our class, we have chosen our heritage, we have assigned character traits, we have chosen our starting equipment, we have created some of our background already. If you wish to share that, feel free to do so, but we have done that in our own private chat. We have created our experiences with you on stream. We have also chosen our domain cards, and now we are here to create our connections. And I believe for the book, that would be on page number 21. You've almost finished creating your characters. Now it's time to also,
if you, on the character sheet, if you go to the quill on the right-hand side which says biography, you can scroll down and the connections will be written there. To your class.
that is correct in Foundry. Let me actually bring that up.
Foundry.
2022 for me is an example character, at least in the hard copy I have.
Where can I find? I heard something right side quill, and then but I didn't hear.
On the character sheet on Foundry.
Oh, character sheet. Okay.
Yeah, you have several
There's a
tabs in your
quill on
character
the
sheet.
right side of the character sheet, and on that page, your class-specific connections are on there.
Yeah, so I'll be bringing that up for the moment. Let me see. Is there anyone who wishes to, who lets me use their character sheet for an example?
Yeah, go for
Welcome
it.
to use mine. Everyone says yes.
Everyone says yes, apparently. Let me bring up Alfred's character here. The first one in the list. And we go here. So, we have our character sheet, and then we have our background questions. These have been answered already, but haven't been put in just yet. And then we have our character connection questions. For instance, Hafrit's first character connection would be, we knew each other long before this party came together. How? And then, in this instance, someone could say, well, we know each other long before this party came together, and this is why. So these questions are questions that you ask other players about your character.
So does one person start and then do we pass the spotlight along, or?
You could do it that way, absolutely. It could be that there are characters that are specifically tied more to someone else, but you also always have 3 other character connections because of your own character connection questions.
You can make your own if you want. So.
Absolutely. These are
Like if
a
one doesn't
jumping off
quite
point.
suit your character.
Exactly, we've seen that in background questions as well, where some of the questions don't necessarily work very well with the character concept that you had in mind, and so you can change them up a little bit. you can always change like the question completely. But for the sake of by the book, we have hewn pretty close to what has been offered, I would say.
I have to let the cat out real quick.
Okay.
You're back.
Very important, cats.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
I picked mine up. He wanted to cuddle for a little bit, and then he hopped down and went right back to where he was.
Oh.
All right, the cat has safely vacated the premises.
Wonderful. So, for this first question of Halfreeds, we knew each other long before this party came together. How? Is there any other character that thinks, or any other player that thinks, hey, my character would fit very well here? Or maybe we need a little bit of work to get that working properly for the two characters?
I think a better question, rather than like sitting there doing that and kind of trying to leave it vague, would be like, who wants to know a highborn fucking tall ass person?
That's
Like,
a fair point
or
of
get
going about
other
it.
people to
Absolutely.
kind of ask questions about it. Like
Yeah.
character's 28 years old, so somebody that or the equivalent thereof. So I don't know how old other people are, but that might have an effect into things. People who are probably more city folk have a higher chance of knowing each other, stuff along those lines.
Yeah, I don't think there's a great chance of Ophelia knowing Halfleet
Okay.
because she's wildborn and from quite a not necessarily sheltered, but not a very like what's the word I'm looking for?
Isolated?
Yeah, it's a little bit of an isolated community.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
actually
that just
good.
means we haven't known each other long, if we do know each other. Just yeah.
That is actually a good question that you bring up. I was working under the impression, or under the assumption, that you would all know each other at the start of our adventure. But the question there is that true? Like, do you have particular reasons not to want to know each other at the start? Because then we'll have to work that into our character introductions and our establishing scene.
I think it would make sense for all of us to know each other, but in case of Halfleet's question, yeah, it's which we knew each other long before this party came together. So I imagine it's not Ophelia and Halfleet knowing each other very long, but they do know each other. They're friends, they're pals, they work together. But it might not have been a friendship of decades.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think also given my character's history and path, I think that my character's been around in this particular area of COT for a while. Let's say closing up on a year. So the opportunity to meet anyone who's been around for about a year is pretty high. And if Hafrit is somebody who commonly does that kind of errand work where knowing people gets you somewhere in your work, then I think we definitely have worked with each other a few times.
Given that my quote dump stat is knowledge, I think it's more that Hafrit is the person to know to get you into places. Just like, yeah, that's great, let's go over here do this type of thing. But yeah, no, Hafrit's been in the general area around COT for quite some time in comparison. So man, I'm cool with that. Unless anyone else had any ideas?
Even on my current background, I don't know if it makes sense. Like, one specific connection with another character may make sense, but I think it's more of a like it's considering I move around like a lot. It probably is unlikely that I know everybody very well. It's more that I'm probably know of a lot of people, but not a lot of people very well. Is probably more the thing.
Okay.
Since you are quite a bit of a wanderer, Ophelia is dedicated to the deity of like travelers and wayfarers.
That makes. Oh, You said you were in an isolated community, did you not? Would it
Yeah,
make
it's like
sense? Would it make
they're
sense?
they're very self-sufficient, but they're not like outsiders, and they're very in tune with nature.
Right. Would it make sense for a smaller community like that to have needed like courier services for like getting something from point A to point B at some time? Because
I
having a connection
Possibly,
in that
if there are
sense.
outside things, especially if a community like that would unearth relics, that would most likely allow for instance, the restoragens to come in, check the relics. If it is important or if it is in need of further study, they might seek to reclaim that and bring it to a hub for them to study.
yeah, I can
Everyone needs
also
supplies.
imagine. I can also imagine that there's specific healing herbs or whatever in that area that are needed in different areas, like cots, for example. So I imagine there's always going to be need for couriers in that area.
Right. Well, if we want to have a connection, then like being a traveler and like being you having like being dedicated to a deity of traveling, that does make sense. Like that gives us some common ground, and if I have reason to visit that community, that does make some sense.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Coming back to Hafrid's question, I felt Kamesy, your character, knows. You mentioned that there might be a possibility of or a connection there.
Yeah, I mean, leaning in the experience aspect of my character, which is friend to all, knows makes it her business to get to know everyone in an area, and kind of knows like enough about each individual to know things in the sense of, this is somebody that I go to for this, or I can
Yeah.
send this person to this for that, or oh, there could be a trade made here between these people, because that, like, basically is just involved in everybody's business. So if Hafritz has been doing a lot of courier work in the area,
the courier would be Rune specifically, I believe, unless Hafrid, you wanted to become a courier as well.
I hadn't put any thought into it.
sorry, I'm confused.
You're good.
Who is who? Rune. Sorry.
But
Right,
the
yes,
the
Rune. So
connection
if
there would be mostly using, or well, using might be a strong word, working with Hafrit and having Hafrit use his connections in the upper echelons of society here to get you access.
yeah, I mean, yeah. I feel like my character is very easy to be like, yeah, we've known each other, we worked with each other at least once, even if it's in some sort of menial way.
Right.
Like, I helped you get grain for your household at some point because I knew people, kind of thing.
Just a very simple knows someone, connects them with each other, and because of that has a favor that she can call on.
So just
knows a guy.
Yeah.
Nose on
just
first.
just asking a couple of clarifying things. Would Nose be the type of person to approach new people then to kind of get to know them?
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
So when Hafrit kind of made their way over to Kot, Nose would be probably, oh, these people are staying around, introduce themselves, or introduce herself, type of thing. And
Yeah.
then figure it out from there. Okay.
Yep, that sounds really cool. I think going from that connection, then we can go towards Nose.
Mm.
And you have a question. The first one is, what did I recently convince you to do that got us both in trouble? I don't know, but that sounds fitting.
So, because we discussed this last time we figured out things. Being in the syndicate, they obviously were leaning towards a more nefarious type of character, but I'm not really keen on playing Nose as nefarious in any kind of way. There's still skill sets that one can consider nefarious, but I don't think that she actually uses them in that kind of way. So, the idea that like we whoever wants to get into trouble with me, that we got into trouble, it doesn't necessarily have to be a thing of like, we did a dastardly deed. Like it
been
could
an accident.
literally just be like we took like cabbages from the wrong cabbage patch or
My
something.
cabbages!
Yeah, it could just be an accident.
It could be an
Yeah.
accident, it could be a misunderstanding.
She's
Been
got good
having-
intentions, she's well-meaning, but sometimes it just gets fucked with these
Sometimes it just
enthusiasms.
doesn't work that way.
Mm. So who's up to getting up? Like who's available to get up to some shenanigans with me?
Honestly,
I'll do it. I'll do shenanigans.
yeah, I can also imagine Ophelia getting into them, but I also like the.
If
I
anyone
cannot-
else has any shenanigans-based questions, hello.
Okay, so Kailan is the deity of
Yeah,
shenanigans.
no, Galen will end up in shenanigans a lot,
Do we all want to be involved in the shenanigans?
intentionally or not.
Maybe it's how we all actually met.
Yeah, that's
and
that's
became
what
a
I'm thinking
solidified
right
group.
now.
Yeah.
Like we have miscellaneous background connections, but like the reason we all know each other is like that one shenanigan singular.
Yeah.
I think that could definitely have been like work like in the name of or adjacent to the Restoragens.
Because, Galen's connection to the area is that his adoptive mother lives in Nolan, and he passes through Cot a lot on his way from where he lives, and is basically stuck there right now waiting for news on what the hell is going on at Nolan.
Yeah, the disappearance of Nolan is not that well known yet.
He's just heard that something's happened and is just like, oh, I should probably wait. And
What you do know
Find where
is direct communication, like magical communication, has stopped.
That's worrying.
That's no
And
big deal.
it hasn't been long enough yet for their like if something happened, they will send someone in case something's up, and that time for travel to Cot from Nolan hasn't elapsed yet. Or it's close to that, let's say. So definitely, yeah, like quick
so
messages.
maybe I've just showed up and I've just like stayed over for the night. If that doesn't work,
That would definitely work. But yeah, the question, what did I recently convince you to do that got us both in trouble? Galen, what kind of thing would you like to have there? Like, what was it that Nose convinced you to do?
We accidentally took an archive copy out of the library instead of one of the non-archive copies.
Ooh. Oh, that's dastardly.
Oops.
Yeah, I don't know if I can play with such evil people.
Mm.
We took it back and we were very apologetic, but oops.
Did you pay the late fee?
It wasn't late, it was just the wrong one.
You may have introduced a coffee ring or two.
And no,
No.
I'm nice to books.
Okay.
Caitlin's a writer.
I'm maybe not you, but Nose. Who knows?
Knows it definitely doesn't understand the fuss about
Why this? Why this?
archive versus non-archive.
Why is this one more special than this one?
It's the same information. You could literally just copy
Yeah.
it again if this
Yeah.
copy gets ruined.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, what since one's an archive copy, given that it's like we work with the Restoragens, I like to think that you guys made it to the space where you're going to read with the copy, set it down, opened it, and went, I can't read this language because it's one of the source languages.
Yeah. Just wait a minute. This isn't the translated version.
on.
Go back to the library. Can you please help us understand what's going on? And they're like, how did you get this copy?
Yeah.
I've been looking for it for weeks.
Yeah. Alright, that's what happened.
That is what happened.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh my God.
Oops.
And then to tie into Cyrenix's idea of what if this is what brought all of you together? What kind of assignment would this have been?
Assignment for like a personal work assignment type of thing, or assignment from a professional organization.
I think if it is a personal request from someone,
Mhm.
it would either be like a personal request from someone working at the Restoragens or someone who works like as a third party for them. So like, hey, I've got this job for the Restoragens, but I'm also going to have to look through this. Could you do that while I do X?
Oh, I'm imagining right now, like, just somebody from the Restoragens asking for the copy of the book, and it's just they notice it's one of the archive copy and are immediately horrified when they get it.
Yes, with the book. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it could very well be like you were tasked with retrieving and bringing back a copy from a different archive. And that might have been the thing that brings you specifically to Cult, either for the first time for some of you, or brings you back to Cult if you've been there before.
Okay, so I think I know Hefreet's part in this shenanigan.
Mm-hmm.
I was told the title of the book because I'm 6'8", so I could reach the top shelves, and I'm the one that gave them the wrong copy.
Excellent.
Oh, precious.
That is wonderful.
Caitlin was definitely too little and had to go find someone tall.
Oh my god.
I'm just thinking of how Ophelia would be involved in this, because my idea of how she got to COTS was basically what I said in the third answer for our homework, that she does sort of the guidance thing from her, where she communicates with her deity by dropping charms on a map
Right,
to guide
yes.
her to where she should be going. And there were very
The
clear
library-
signs that she should be going to COTS. So she's like, okay, I'll go. No idea why, but I'll go.
Maybe the librarian was like, "Hey, could you quickly help me with something?
Yeah.
This book's missing. Could you find it?"
Yeah. And you are not necessarily on that particular mission along with the rest, but you've been following them and figuring out, like, hey, something has to be brought back, which is where you come in.
Yeah, because the guidance thing I mentioned is either a map or a drawn compass, which is more direct directions
Yes.
than the map.
I think in that case, the other archive should be in some place. I think it would still be in Kunari, the region itself, but it is pretty much on the other side of it. And
So cross Benari travel.
yes, cross-region travel. So we have Kunari, we have Kot, Nolan is also in the same region, and we have... I'm thinking
Town name?
something like Zaraki or Zaran.
How do you spell that?
Gotta open up the note doc.
I have the note doc.
Zoran
open.
Kwame
Yes,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
waiting. I'm
Me.
waiting. I'm trying. I'm waiting for spelling.
I was thinking Zaran to avoid any name dropping.
Excuse me.
Shall
I
we
think
go
the
with
caption-
Zaraki? Zaraki.
Alright.
Zaraki. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have to go there and fight a dude with an eye patch that's almost as tall as I am.
Oh, darn it.
I waited until it was done being typed.
Yeah.
I've not even been reading Bleach, I've been reading One Piece.
All right. So so there's a guy with an eye patch, and also the other archive.
Yes, apparently. Yeah, the seeker, the sage of that archive, the basically the head in charge of the archive, does in fact have an eye patch.
Or did we
Rich
take
shithouse
the
of a
book from
librarian.
Zaraki Archive, or did we bring the book to Zaraki Archive?
I would say the goal was to bring a copy from Zaraki to Konari. And Sunny, Ophelia, retrieved it from Kot to Zaraki. Sorry, I said Konari instead of Kot.
We end up in Cot. That is where everything is. This is
Oh,
this is the
that's fine.
shenanigan that happens in
Yeah,
Cot.
let's switch it around then. Had to go from Kot to Zaraki, but you eventually bring the actual archival copy back from Zaraki to Kot. And I think Zaraki is more of a place where it is... they're mostly focused on the actual gathering of knowledge, whereas Kot is more of a place where there is more research on relics and found resources. Kot itself has a very large winnowing yard, which is the way the Restorigins talks about it, but everyone knows it's a scrap heap.
Right.
Okay. So Nose has a first answer on her question, which then brings us back to Hafreet. So instead we're... to Kaelin, actually.
I don't have any of my questions done yet.
Yeah, because you wanted to have the connection between Kaelin and Nose. Kaelin got in trouble, but everyone was mostly involved.
In some form.
In some form.
I don't yet know how I was involved, but we'll get to that.
If you have any...
Weren't you the courier?
Yes, I suppose. Yes, but I was not the person who gets the copy from point A to point B. I was.
Unless
Oh.
you were and Ophelia was set as like extra protection because it's an archival copy.
Okay, so it could have been like a communal thing. Get book from point A to point B then. Okay.
That is very possible. So everyone is somehow involved in
Caleb,
this, and we
Caleb
can
came
have.
along because he was going there anyway, for other reasons.
Did something happen to the book on the way? I wonder.
Oh, now I'm confused about what's happening.
Oh dear.
Because I thought the initial, as far as I understand, the initial thing is Nose is busy doing some Restorgence investigation, and it's like, Kaylin, come help me with this. We go and get the book. The book given to us by Herfried is working at the archive.
It's not that he was working at the. He was just a tall person who was nearby.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Tall person who's nearby. Great. That's perfect. Then we go do the thing. We get to that location. We realize, but we can't do anything with this because this isn't a translated copy. So we go back to the library and hand it over. Like, hey, can you help us translate this? And they're like, what are you doing with an archival copy? So I'm not entirely certain now how.
No, I think
how
the sequence of events is we get the book, we take it to the town.
Yeah,
then Sunny's character
travel
comes and
first.
gets us to find it because we took the wrong one.
Ah. Okay, gotcha.
And that's how we realize it's the wrong one.
Okay, got it. That makes sense. All right, I'm gonna have to.
And then we have Kaylin's question, number one. What made you realize we were going to be such good friends? Is there any of you that immediately goes, actually, I want to be friends with Kaylin?
It could also be like, if we're not friends yet, like, what made you realize we will be good friends?
Yep, absolutely.
Like, in future.
I think Ophelia would love stories and storytelling.
So maybe on the way back to return said archival copy. I mean, it is a pretty decently long trip. There would definitely have been time for you to rest and to relax together. And there might have been some storytelling involved.
I changed the question to will become, so that, you know.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I think I might have to change my questions because they're very.
Oh, I'm changing the last one. Why do you grab my hand at night? I'm changing that one to who has read all my books.
Oh.
Yeah, see, my questions are quite dramatic, I almost want to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first one is, what promise did you make me agree to? Should you die on the battlefield?
Yeah, okay.
That's
the
fair.
third one is, you've told me to protect one member of a party above all others, even yourself. Who are they and why? This is quite deep for people I've kind of just met.
I mean, the original time that you've met could have been like a year before we start.
True.
I think if one of your questions was like, who has read all your books, it could have been just like entertainment for like long travel, like courier duty, just across the countryside where nobody else is around, like in the evening.
Could be. Could also be like if you at a certain point had to separate for a bit between meeting and the start of our adventure. Could be that you've given someone a copy of your books.
Yeah.
Someone specifically asking for that.
Decided that he has 3 books. 2 of them are fun adventure stories, and one of them is the incredibly personal retelling of the real life romance he had.
Oh.
which is the one that didn't sell very well.
Mhm. Still adorable.
Yeah.
I am about 79% sure that Ophelia will have solved that one.
That is also very fair.
Yeah, it did not have a happy ending.
Oh, she then
I don't
97% solved that it.
I think Nose hasn't read all the books, but has definitely read that romance one and is constantly telling you you need to consider making it a play. It would do better as a play.
Okay, it's like, well, my mother's a script writer for plays, but she lives in Nolan, so I have to go there to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Everything always goes back to Nolan with you.
Yeah.
All roads lead to...
The plot.
Yes.
Yes.
But I think it could very well be either Ophelia or Rune who read all of your books. Could it be like, I think everyone in the party knows that you have those books, that you've
Yeah.
written them.
Oh, definitely.
But it's more of a question like who specifically like asked you for a copy and has been reading them in their spare time.
Since Ophelia and Kaelin are already, who do you realize you're going to be good friends with?
Mm-hmm.
Already have that question. I feel like it could be her, but it would also be fun if it's not two questions that have her as an answer.
That is very fair, and we'll move towards Ophelia's question momentarily if someone already wants to be the answer to question number 3 of Kaelin's.
Which specifically was the
Who has read all my books?
Honestly, I think that could be like a fun thing of just like picking up like that could be like a fun like indirect connection of just like I don't like meeting him. I don't know it's his books, and it's more like a by the way, like I've read your books, even the like super personal one.
Yeah.
That could be something that comes up during play.
Yeah, surprisingly, that third one was in the bargain bin. I don't know why.
Something like that, yeah. Or just like, wait, the story you're telling me, that sounds an awful lot like a book I've read.
Mm-hmm.
Are you plagiarizing?
Oh, that would be akin to blasphemy in this world. No. Maybe not that much.
Kaelin just like, is this my Pagliacci situation?
Very, very fair.
It is indeed. We've come full circle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. Then, in fact, we go to Ophelia. Now, you did say, hey, these questions are a little bit different. It does happen because you are playing a Seraph. That's where those questions come from. We can, of course, change these. We've been changing them for Kaelin as well for a bit. If anyone says, like, hey, actually, there has been a moment where this actually did come up, feel free to answer them in that way as well. Because the first one is, as Sunny said, what promise did you make me agree to should you die on the battlefield? And I think maybe battlefield can immediately already be switched out, like, should you die in the wilds?
Or just should you die?
Mm-hmm.
Should you die while we're together?
Yeah.
Who doesn't have a connection with someone at this current juncture?
When it's a connection with someone, because Rune read all of Caitlin's books.
Yeah.
And Rune would be the person without one at this moment.
Well, no, I think if I remember correctly, I was like at least potentially friends with Ophelia from like essentially like having like similar like disposition about travel and essentially just having the courier service from that even more isolated community. It might have been a while ago, though.
I can't imagine Rune asking questions about Asani because of Asani being the deity of travelers and wayfarers and such.
Mm-hmm.
Not even in a malicious way, just curiosity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So do we have connection
Potentially-
there?
That sounds like a connection. Sounds like a pretty early one, too. Like one
Very
that
well.
goes back a while.
Yeah. Great. Which also immediately brings us to Rune.
Yes, so I have three connection questions. We haven't gotten to any of them yet.
Yep.
Yeah, we will answer.
We've so far gotten to one per
Everyone should
character
have done-
except for
yeah.
Kalen.
I have that too.
And Rune, who has 0 at the moment. So your first question
Right.
here is, what did you confide in me that makes me leap into danger for you every time?
It is a pretty personal thing. That's
Mm-hmm.
I would need to know somebody pretty well for that at that point. Honestly, considering back, even for me, that's kind of a difficult one to lock in. Actually, like, what would be something that could have that, like, or result in that reaction? I don't have a quick alternative either. I mean, if somebody wants to workshop something around that, just something
I mean,
that's
yeah,
like,
this is a question that you do not have to answer. It is a question that the others answer for you.
right.
Say it again.
So what did you confide in me that makes me leap into danger for you every time? So what did other player character confide in Rune that makes Rune leap into danger for you every time?
I mean, in theory, it could also work the other way around, but I think that's not how it's meant, right?
No.
Hmm.
I think that wouldn't work for my character because the only thing I would have to confide would be the thing that would make you know that I'm the writer of those books.
Right. Which is what we don't currently do
Yeah.
for comedic
Yeah.
effects later.
Yes.
I can imagine it being something like, oh, my younger sibling is depending on me, and I don't know how they would manage if I wasn't there anymore. That might be a good reason for Rune to jump into action. Something like that.
Possibly,
Could
yeah.
be.
Like, hey, I know you rely on, or someone relies on you, so I better protect you.
It will also, like, considering I'm playing a more tanky character, to whenever she travels with other people, will just be a frontline fighter in general. It's kind of like it's like to be like especially for this person, it would need to all like something that goes beyond just like that being the default reaction. Like, if nobody has a good idea for this one yet, we can also skip this for now and just see if anybody has a better idea for like one of the other two questions.
Possibly, yeah. We can workshop the first one and figure out something else for
Yep.
that, and just move to one of the other ones first.
The second one would be what animal do I say you remind me of?
I don't think we can have Kaylin on this one. That one's too easy.
No.
Yeah,
I mean, it would be
I
very
didn't want to be the
funny.
one who says it.
It would be very funny if you told
Yeah.
Kaylin, yeah, you kind of remind me of a mouse.
It would be unconventional.
Who wants to be assigned fursona by Druid?
Mhm.
I'm fine with it if you want to assign an animal to Hafrit. Unless someone else wants to volunteer.
Well, this has to go hand in hand with a connection
Yeah.
as well, right? So
Yeah. This well, like it's more kind of the way that I'm seeing the connection questions is they do kind of bounce back and forth between people, but and it's to foster some kind of group thing. But it is kind of the focus is more on your particular end of the question at this particular moment. Because what would make Rune think about a site like how long would it be before you told somebody that they remind you of an animal? Well, I guess it'd kind of be the question.
probably not long.
Okay.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sometimes people just have a very specific energy and just like, yes, you're a slug.
That was
Well,
your
Would you
first
still love me if
example.
I was a slug?
No, don't. Let's move away from invertebra.
I didn't. For some reason, it's just like no, not cat, not dog. Those are very like basic examples. What's not basic? That one. Okay.
Mm,
The answer is no.
What's the I remind you, or you remind me of an unladen swallow, African or European. Wait.
Ah!
Wow.
Mm.
Like
But
as
yeah.
Hafrit goes, I can see someone associating Hafrit with like a large animal, because Hafrit is tall.
Yeah. The two main experiences for Hafreet that kind of pull from is more of a protective type of individual, as pick on someone your own size is one of the
Mhm.
experiences. And anytime that, and it's not difficult to either, but anytime Hafreet tells you that he will do something, it gets done.
Mm.
Because that's the honor bound aspect of it. He's
Right.
mostly kind, but he's not particularly like overly so. He's not going to bend over backwards to make sure he's not a people pleaser, but he does do what he can to make life a little bit easier for those around him.
Somehow
Nice.
that reminds me of an elephant.
I'm thinking horse, but yes, elephant could also work. With elephant, it's more like, would I know what an elephant is?
There are stories of animals such as that, yes.
Maybe they
These
show up in one of
numbers
my
actually
books.
came up with Sunny earlier this day when we were talking about some of her background stuff, where I didn't necessarily want to tie into like any existing real world mythology just yet. But if we want to go and do some sort of a Numenera situation where Earth, as we know it, was one of the civilizations that came before what we see now in the with the Restorigents and with Kunari and stuff like that, that is possible. But that is very much I want to bring this to the group, if people are okay with that, and if not, we'll skip it.
I don't think I have a preference.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have a problem with it, but I'm also consuming Gladlands and Horizon right now, so.
Fair, yeah. It'll become very much like Horizon at this point then, if we do.
Yeah.
But yes, so do I remind Rune of a horse?
Horse or this thing I've heard of in stories that I don't know the name of. One of those two.
They
Could
have
be,
very
though.
strong familial ties.
Could be though. Though,
Yeah.
in terms of connection, that means like that's something that has already happened, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So why have we met and that was the result of that meeting?
Oh, I mean, you're a courier, right?
Right. So
So there's all sorts of things that my family, who's moved over to this immediate area, or the immediate area around Cod, would need for being a highborn type of individual. So it's just, I could have been in the gardens, or I could have been, you could have seen me around town, or any various things. And it's like, oh, you need to drop something off. You could drop it off with me, or if it's sign on delivery, I'll take you to my house.
right. I suppose could have met at some point and then for some reason had to wait for something and then come into talking. That could have happened, yeah.
I
Right.
forgot my house keys. Just need to wait until the butler gets here.
Something like
Pretty much. Pretty much.
right. I think I have worked. I mean, we can lock that in for now.
Okay.
I can. Oh, I can edit here. Mhm.
Yeah.
Got it. I will just end. Let me. How exactly is this spelled? I'll just lock this in as a name for now, and then later write out exactly the details. For now, I'll just lock in like who each question refers to.
That's
I
absolutely
did
no
think.
problem.
Makes sense.
I'm just doing like a sentence.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe we're back to Hafrit.
Neat. Who wants to help me with a mundane task?
I mean, that
Me.
seems pretty up my. Oh, say never mind. Go ahead.
No, but you're
I'm-
good too, because I don't think you two have a connection yet.
No. we
No,
don't.
Nose and I explicitly have a connection.
Well, I mean, we have everyone has a connection with me through that one thing.
Yes.
I am
But I don't
specifically
know.
I am specifically locking in for that last question. On Hafrit's
yes,
sheet.
Ducky, someone's cat is mowing near the mic, and it is Baloo, Alvrin's
Yes.
cat.
Hello. Loud.
But
It's the world's loudest
Nose,
cat.
Nose came over and introduced herself to ingratiate me and my family into the local community.
Oh. Wait, oh,
Oh.
right, yes, never mind. We do have a
Mhm.
connection. Ah, sorry. My bad. Anyway, continue.
So yeah, it could very well be that Ophelia has something that she wishes to do or wishes to help Hafrid with off the battlefield.
What would you
Man,
like to help me with?
Hafrid is a noble, right?
Mhm.
Yes. Or highborn, but yes.
Yeah. Ophelia would definitely be like, "Oh, I see you never learned how to do this. Let me just show you."
Yep. Okay.
So kind of like I hate to phrase it like this, and Hafrit definitely wouldn't, but peasant work. No.
Kind of like, "Oh, you never learned how to set up a tent."
Yeah.
CEO
Well-
doesn't know how to make a PDF file.
Yes. This reminds me of a Swedish song, but it's basically translates to tech support for mom and dad,
Very fair.
but for a highborn person.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mundane task for noble
Alright.
man.
Noble lad.
I did just kind of
Otherwise-
put it out to like travel and survival based tasks.
Mm,
Yeah.
and
Travel and survival
Ophelia is
based
specifically good at
tasks.
those.
I can speak.
Yes.
You can speak good
English
job.
is hard.
English is hard.
But we are harder. I mean, what?
Himsy.
Not at the moment.
That's the spice level that we're getting to, and that is okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
Every now and then.
Every now and then, just adds a little spice.
I'm
Every
sorry.
now and then I get a little bit spicy when I literally just speak.
It's not even spice so much as it's like a stem.
It is very fair.
Yeah.
Like these nuts. It's not meant to be spicy anymore. It's just a stem.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
To be fair, when you said hard, I thought you meant like toughness in battle, like how long you survive being
Oh,
hit.
you sweet summer child.
Like I know what you meant,
It
but
is
like that was
a
my
very fair
first.
point.
That was my first like association.
It's a very fair association for everyone but KMZ.
Well, okay, but
Uh,
okay, yeah.
yeah.
mm.
I am
fulfilled
I
that
am
spice process.
I am too early on testosterone to not jump to that conclusion immediately.
That is fair.
I am too
Alright.
late on estrogen to jump to that conclusion.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So, who's next?
I believe it's Ophelia. And
Okay.
my suggestion is we finish Ophelia's second question, and then we go into break.
I think it was Rune who did who's for the second question. But apparently mine's not. It did not save that I typed that in.
Oh
we
dear.
did my second. Oh, we did my second, but we just skipped my first, so I have 1 out of 3 for now.
I think what we were
done.
saying is that Rune is the one who was asking Ophelia about Ophelia's second question.
If that was the
Is that
one
the case?
about like who asking about the deity in question, then
Mhm.
yes, that would make sense. If that was the question there,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
then I think yes, we had already locked that in, if I remember correctly.
Did we
Yeah,
lock
just-
in anything for your first?
No.
Ah, okay. But I merely bring this to Ophelia because Ophelia had the connection with Hafreed for the second question, and so we kind of moved in that order.
Oh, like that second. Okay, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought like second in the order of questions presented on my sheet, but you just
That-
mean second as in we have answered one question, we need to do the second question.
That is correct.
There we go. So, what promise did anyone make me should they die at some point? Or who should I protect? Why?
Who should I protect? Why? Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a very good
Hey, can you protect
question.
this person for me? Why?
Just cause? I don't know.
Okay, I think for that first one, where it's like, if I die in battle, I think it was less of a like, I am a deep follower of the faith and such, but I think Nose was very intrigued by the concept of a deity watching over travelers. And I think she probably would have been like, hey, I'm a traveler. I'm a wanderer. I've chosen this kind of life for myself or whatever. If I die, I have a letter that explains to whomever. Like, if you just send the letter, that'll be fine. But I wouldn't mind if you did, like, if you performed like the rites that are given to travelers or whatever when they pass, if such a thing were to exist.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I don't know who's necessarily going to mourn me, but it would be nice to have been mourned or at least remembered, kind of thing.
I'm writing knows the rights Asani would offer to someone who passed on the road, metaphorically or physically.
Yeah.
That sounds very good. And I believe now Hafreet, Kaelin, and Ophelia both have two questions answered.
Yes.
And then we'll continue with Nose and Rune after our break. And given that it is 5 past, shall we say quarter past? and I'll be here backstage for workshopping some different questions for, I believe,
Yep.
Rune specifically as well, and others if they want to.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the words, I hope that this works, of our beloved Hari.
Hey chat, might be a good
Works.
thing to stretch your legs, straighten your
Hmm.
back, take your meds if you need to,
Hey.
get something to drink.
I mean, I think I
Get
have an
comfy while
idea
you're
for
at
like
it.
a better question. It
Goodbye.
would just be like,
And now
Thank-
we're Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the stream. We are currently still in character creation, specifically character connections. And Nose, Gamesy, hello. We are on your second question, and we can pick your second or your third question depending on which works best. For now, we have, what have I discovered about your past that I hold secret from the others? And who do you know from my past, and how have they influenced your feelings about me?
So, depending on who is comfortable with exposing a secret of their characters, then it's the second question on my list. Otherwise, who wants to know a secret about me?
Secrets.
I've already answered one of your questions.
I think it would be very funny if Ophelia's just, flying around, break of day, and she sees Nose just doing something that Nose didn't really expect anyone to see, because you expect someone to fly over while you're doing something secret.
So that would be less a thing about my past, but probably something that I don't want anyone to know about my work in COT.
Yeah, because question number 3 was, who do you know from my past, and how have they influenced your feelings about me? So who do you know from Nose's past, and how they influenced your feeling about Nose?
Oh, right, yeah, I see. I mixed up the two questions.
That's fine.
Yep.
I also mixed them up, it's okay. Because I've decided my character's not very young. Looking at, because I'm a cross giant goblin, so same principle that I used on height, I used on age, or similar principle, and I looked at the cap on age for both of them, 75 for giants and 100 for goblins. So I put myself at a fair median 42, because the answer to everything. And
fair enough.
I think 42 years of living has meant that Nose has traveled a lot.
Yeah.
So if Ophelia, you want to still hold on to that particular angle of things, maybe flying around or whatever, and seeing this traveler get up to mischief with someone, or get into work with someone that you know, for whatever reason, whatever reputation they have, like, that's fair too.
I could also see Nose knowing someone from my community, because it's isolated, but people still travels.
Yeah.
And this community member told Ophelia about their travels and who they met, and they mentioned Nose as someone.
I think that could work very
So
well.
somebody from home had told you stories about a giant goblin.
Yeah, because let's be honest, how often are you going to run into a giant goblin?
That's true.
Yeah, Nose, how tall is she?
Didn't we? So
I think
it
we did mention something about that, but I don't know if it was written down anywhere and I forgot.
It was 5'9" inches, I think.
So
yeah, I think it was
mostly...
5 3/4 of an inch of feet. 5 3/4 feet, not 5 3/4 inch.
So tiny.
So tiny.
I was mostly curious, like, that is a reasonably average height for humans. So I'm curious...
but it's a giant goblin.
It's a giant goblin.
I look like a goblin.
You look like a goblin. Okay, I'm also curious. Like, do you look more like a goblin? You know, big ears, big eyes, or do you look more like a giant and you might have 1, 2, or 3 eyes?
So I'm still working on the character
Mhm.
aesthetic because I've not been able to visualize anything for her at this point.
Mm.
But I am looking at the art in the Daggerheart book, and there's one on the goblin page. There's one particular goblin that looks like a sweet little thing. Hold on.
Most of them do, yes.
Yeah, but I mean, like, this one looks fairly humanoid, except for the sort of the eyes. But like the rest of the facial features look similar to
Let
like
me bring
humans. So
this
I'm
up
sort
on
of
the screen. Which one are you referring to?
the blue one with in the full portrait one
Ah, this.
at the bottom right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning a little to that kind of concept of because looking at the giants as well, they also have some fairly humanoid features in their faces. I do like the idea of multiple eyes though. That multiple more than two eyes.
I think 3 eyes would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Three eyes would be very interesting.
And it gives a little bit more of your giant ancestry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It would very clearly mark you as a giant goblin.
It would also, considering that typical goblins reach 4 feet tall at their most, typically. The fact that I'm 5'9" is also a tell, like
Mhm.
that's a jump, right?
Yeah.
From your standard expected height of a goblin. So I do think I stand out a little bit in that regard.
I was just curious, how tall is everybody again?
I'm 5'2".
5'2", okay.
I had that
Perfect.
noted down somewhere, did I not?
Helen is 5'6".
5'6",
I
okay.
think I need to check the exact.
Oh god, I
No,
still
that
get really old.
is here.
Because you have halfling and elf, yeah.
Yeah, it's between halfling of 150 and elf of 350. The average lifespan would still be 250 years.
Well, there you go.
Right, that's what it was. Right, Rune is a little over 8 feet, but not much.
Not much.
Not
8
much.
feet, but not much over 8 feet.
It's a large mountain goat.
8 fucking feet. Sorry.
There is less difference between 6'4" and 6'3" than there is between 5'3" and 5'4".
And then it's a mountain of difference between 5'11" and 6 foot.
Only on dating sites.
Oh my god.
My goodness, I have seen some wild takes on the r/tall and r/short Reddits.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Of course, that's a thing. Why wouldn't it?
So you said Rune was 8.5 feet tall?
Not and a half, just a little over 8. Just like
8 is
just
a little over
8 feet, okay.
8 to 1 and something, or something in that direction.
Let's
Okay.
see.
Large mountain goat.
Large mountain
Very
goat.
large mountain goat.
That is 2 meters 40 something.
That is tall, yeah.
Yeah.
Like frontline fighter punches stuff.
Very good.
Bulky.
Moving back to the questioning and the answering of questions. Did we settle on something that Ophelia knew about nose?
No.
not what, but that I think it was the third question that we did, where I know
whom.
something about Nose's past from a community member of mine.
How does that make you feel about Nose? Whatever it might be. Or what might it be?
Yeah, if the feeling helps you figure, then I can also figure out a thing that a person that you know from my past. I can help you on that front.
I think mostly intrigue. Like not specifically positive, but not specifically negative. Just really intrigued by this person. Does that help?
I think it probably would be one of those things where wherever Nose goes, she's a little bit of a busybody.
Mm-hmm.
The thing of, I'm going to greet everybody who lives here. I'm going to know your names, and I'm going to know what you do, and I'm going to know what you need, and then I'm going to go around fulfilling those needs. And maybe things were running just fine in those communities, even if Nose wasn't there. But there's definitely a distinct difference in how people operate after she's been around.
Yeah.
Because she's taken all of that information and she's like weaved a web in that place. And then she's fucked off.
I think it's might also be that maybe the family member was also someone who followed Asani, the patron god deity. I don't know if we decided on pronouns yet for Asani.
I think
of travelers.
We were going for they them.
They them, okay. Patron deity of travelers, because it's not just traveling and wayfaring, but it's also rest and self-care. And I can imagine that the community member saw that Nose is just always on the move. Always going, always traveling. And there is no rest.
Working. Please. Take a break.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Okay, I'm gonna put that down.
All right.
So maybe it was who in the town would have told the most stories about this? Who in the town would be most impacted by a nosy person? The treasurer.
The archivist.
The bean counter.
Yeah, somebody in the organizational space of your hometown.
Yeah, maybe like the person who corresponds with the Restorgents.
Yeah. Never has a middleman been so useful before.
So useful and incapable of self-care.
Oh dear.
Because the part of the Seraph traits, I suppose, is healing. But I don't want to make it a deity straight up just of healing. It gets kind of boring, so it's more of self-care, of rest, of not doing too much, of, during the day you travel, during the night you rest, you recuperate, so you can continue traveling when you're well and hale and hearty. But to do that, you need rest.
Yeah, and I think Asani is also very much in the sense focused on being your best self. And yes, that does include the rest. You have to be in your full capabilities to travel, and you then focus on recovering during the night as being equally important.
Yeah.
All right. And then I believe we get to Rune for question number 2.
Yes. So one of the questions, I think I talked about this
Mhm.
during break a little. I don't
Ye-
know who heard, but changing one of the questions, specifically the first one, which didn't really fit, to something like either like as meeting somebody out on travel, because like I have reason to be out and traveling a
Mhm.
lot, and like since I have the first aid, like a medic like trait, helping
Mhm.
somebody, or being myself in a situation where I would need help from somebody. um could take whatever shape or form, really. Like, could be help with like a medical, could be help with like not having enough supplies, something, whatever. Just meeting somebody out on the road and one party helps the other.
Yeah. And did you have a particular preference for being the one helping or being the one getting helped?
Not not really, honestly. I
Okay.
think either could work.
And do others have any inkling on, hey, this might be interesting to fill that answer?
I'll be helped.
Kaylin will
All
be
right.
helped.
Galen definitely got into an accident of some kind.
Oh, you got a boo boo?
Of some kind.
Yes.
Do we want to specify that, or do we want to play it as a noodle incident?
I'm trying to think.
No, I was gonna say you could have gotten stuck up in a tree. But
Oh.
no.
I don't know if he could climb
No.
it. I honestly, I don't know if he could climb it.
Oh, it only dawned on me now. Oh my god.
Yeah.
uh, I think maybe like
Oh.
had some minor injuries after escaping being attacked by a wild animal,
Could see that, or yeah.
like a bite on his arm or something. He's like, oh no, how do I deal with this?
Right. Yeah, I could see that working. That
Yeah.
could go either way, either being solved with druidic magic or just regular supplies, really.
Yep. Whichever Rune would have done at the time.
At that point, probably been able to do either.
Yeah.
Could have been a mix of both, really.
Hmm.
But yeah, we can lock that in.
Yeah.
Is that something where we want to go like, okay, and then we immediately went parted ways again, or did we like then continue to like next settlement, or?
If you were heading to the next settlement, like on a delivery or something, Galen would have accompanied you for a bit.
Yep. I mean, that is probably why I was out and about.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's a connection. All right. I'm
Nice.
gonna write that out then.
Wonderful. And to buck the trend a little bit, shall we go for Rune's third question now?
This one is a bit more of a personal one, which would be,
Yeah.
what affectionate nickname have you given me?
Because currently you have a connection with Kaelin, and you have a connection with Hafrit. Now,
Those are the ones that are on my side.
Correct.
I technically also have a connection with Ophelia, just
Yes.
background. And we all have the shared
Of course.
book shenanigan.
Yeah, but for your personal connection, I was thinking that maybe you could have a connection with Ophelia or Nose, as you don't have them in your questions just yet.
I think either could work there, yeah. Whoever wants.
What's the question again?
What affectionate nickname have you given Rune?
Really tall goat lady.
Oh. I'm good at nicknames.
Okay. Honestly, my immediate thought was, oh yeah, Rooney. No, that's a terrible nickname, actually.
My head went, there's a Japanese model called Rinrin, and my immediate thought was Rinrin.
Rin.
Oh, psh. No. A nickname would be. Who knows? Anyway, I feel like I'd pick something of some level of like significance, right? Like this is a habit of this particular person, or a behavior trait or something, and I'd pick it from there.
In terms of what I can do, just ability wise, is like we flavored as like it is technically a magic ability, but like we flavored it as just like the mountain goat walking on like anything that's like less than 90 degrees walls. But I don't know if that's like well suited to like nickname stuff. In terms of like characteristics, Rune would certainly be like cautious out in the wilderness, and then in a larger settlement, especially like at night, probably be more in a party mood. Like that I could see. Like enjoying city life to some degree. Not fully belonging there, but enjoying it.
Maybe skit for like skittish.
I could see that. I could see that, honestly, yeah.
I think also that gets my seal of approval for cute.
Yeah,
Alright.
just the teeny tiny person telling the really tall person, "You're so skittish." Hi, Skit.
Mhm.
Yeah, that works. That works. I fuck with that.
Excellent.
So if you're good with it, then I'm good with it. There's Al.
Okay. Next one. Nose.
Hi.
Question number 3.
So, yeah. Somebody who wants to tell me something about their past that you hold secret from everybody else.
And you already have connections directly with Kaelin and Ophelia.
Yeah.
God damn. Yeah, you could have known something about my past. To bring in some things of equipment here, I am hitting the save button on that so I don't lose it. I think the aspect about it, since we've known each other for a while in comparison to a lot of the other ones, I think the thing that you kind of hold from everyone is just how homesick I can be. I have a drawing of a lover as one of my items. And it is definitely kind of something I keep close to the chest because it's like whatever reason that might be, but yeah, it's for some of that more wholesome aspect to it is just one of those gentle and kind of a little bit of a I don't want to say sad boy, but it's kind of what came to mind.
You can be sad boy if you want to.
Yeah.
As long as you don't become the stereotypical emo rogue.
Oh,
no. Halfreed is probably like 98% himbo, so we're fine.
Perfect.
Whereas
yeah,
Nose has an inkling that there's more to it than that.
I think it's something that I've confided into
Hmm.
Nose, because it is, what secret have I discovered about your past that I hold secret from others? Since Nose
Yeah.
is the one that I've known the longest.
That's fair. Discovery can be
Especially
Yeah.
through
because you said
confession.
that Nose was older, right?
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
yeah, like Halfreed's like 28, and Halfreed's been in the area for about a decade. So like it could be just sitting there and giving something to someone in confidence. Is I'm homesick and I miss this person.
I think that's
Somewhere to
wonderful.
jump off for at least.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do I know a name?
Ooh.
Yes, I will give you a name at some point. I do not have a name.
That's okay.
Homework for
I
2 weeks' time.
I just wanted to know if,
All right.
if knows the name.
Mm-hmm. Then we get to Afreet, who already has.
Who wants me to help them
Hello.
overcome a
Yes,
specific
me.
fear?
Me, hello.
we
I
have
got
What
this on this one.
fear would you like me to help you
we
with?
have a volunteer.
So, the reason that romance story that Galen wrote had a sad ending was because his boyfriend broke up with him in order to go do some incredibly dangerous adventure and has not returned.
Mhm.
So he's
Wait.
probably asking Hafreet if, if there's any chance he could still be alive because he's afraid that he's dead at some point. And maybe you are helping him to get over that fear.
Oh.
I'm phrasing it as I'm comforting
no.
Kaelin's fears about his boyfriend who left for adventure.
Hmm.
Great
Excellent.
adventure. Okay. I think it'll probably just get to a point where it's just like, all right, yeah, cool. Let's go find him then.
That is the
Yeah.
fear, right?
Yeah, the fear is if I do find him and he is dead.
Yeah.
He won't be dead. He'll be fine.
Then we get to Kaelin.
Hi.
You have. What do I do that annoys you? We can change this question if you want, but if you think this is fun,
Does that-
let's go for it.
Does my character do anything that annoys a certain person?
And you have connections directly between Ophelia and Rune already.
Yes.
So, given what we just discussed, the joking answer is just constantly asks me about the ex-boyfriend. No,
That is
I would not
possible.
do that. That would
It's
be
not.
very
It's not
rude.
constant.
Sing in the shower.
He's not a singer.
the
He's a story writer.
With the joke that, bad singing is sometimes referred to as cats yowling.
Caterwauling.
Was
So
that a
Though that
cat?
happens
remember
in
when
a
I
specific
said
thing.
Did a cat just respond to that?
Yes.
Oh, I was petting the cat. Yeah, he's over to my right. So
Sorry.
you were saying, Kamesy?
so returning back to when I had said I probably haven't read all of Kaelin's work, but I have read at least the romance one, and I have said you
Yeah.
need to turn it into a play. I think the thing that might annoy me the most about Kaelin is the constant, like, can you leave me alone about that? I'm not a scriptwriter.
I don't know how to do scripts.
But I'm telling you, it would be better.
I think that would be our eternal. It's like, it's
Yeah.
still writing. How hard could it be?
This feels very much like the frustration is mutual.
Okay.
The best kind.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
for character development.
True.
Yeah. As someone who has written some prose and also attempted to write some screenwriting stuff, it is very different.
Yeah, that could very much work.
Yeah.
If you're good with me taking a joke response and turning it into a legitimate thing, there we go.
If yeah, that's fine.
Excellent.
So we got along really well for the
Mm.
Restorations quest that we went on with
Mm.
that book. And then when I found out that you were the writer, that's when
Yeah.
our relationship became tense.
Yeah. It might be more like, playful teasing from you, but
Yeah. It's just like
Kayla's
every
just
now
like,
and then,
"Eh."
a little poke at it.
Yeah.
So have you given any consideration to it, or
No.
someone will talk about? Oh, yeah,
Annoyed,
that was so good.
annoyed
What are you
doesn't
writing now?"
necessarily need to be animosity.
True.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. I don't mean it in like an actual like,
Yeah.
but a little bit of tension,
Mhm.
Yeah.
bickering, like an old couple kind of. Well, okay, maybe not.
And there'll also be the excuses of like, yeah, but it didn't sell well, so no one's gonna want to see it.
Yeah.
And besides, like, you may not be a couple,
Hmm.
but Nose is old.
Yes. And Kaylin is 21.
Half her age.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's literally like a parent nagging their child.
Yes.
There's the tension. That's the vibe. There we go.
Why don't you
Yes.
continue your education?
Somebody's like, "Oh, are you writing anything new?" Yeah, he's writing a script.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. Shut up.
I love this.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
And I believe that brings us to Ophelia. And I was wondering if you had thoughts about that last question, if you had any other questions you wanted to have answered.
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe rather than this question, it could be something like, "What have you taught me?" What have you taught me, basically?
Maybe if we want to specify the question, what have you taught me that I still do to this day?
Yeah.
Honest, do we already? No, we already have a specific connection, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Nose and Rune have connections to Ophelia. It
Like,
is
unless
not
if
necessarily like not allowed to have multiple connections with the same person. So I think unless we can not figure out something else, having a double connection with Rune is absolutely possible. But the question is, what have you taught me that I still do to this day? Or still use to this day, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think that's me, to be honest.
That's fair.
One more time, I just
No worries.
finished spacing for a second.
Welcome back to Earth.
Yes.
What has, for instance, Hafrit taught Ophelia that Ophelia still uses every day? And I think if it is with Hafrit, it would make for a very fun juxtaposition between Ophelia helping Hafrit with basic things versus something that Ophelia has learned from Hafrit that she finds very useful.
Yeah, then I gotta think about what Hafrit knows.
What's your knowledge stat again?
-1.
Hey, Ophelia's 2.
Yay! We can be himbos together.
Buddies!
Yeah, hell yeah.
Whatever the female version of a himbo is.
Which is not a
Herbo.
bimbo, because that's has
Yeah.
different connotations.
It does have different connotations.
I thought it was
whatever,
a
it's
femme. Mhm.
it's whatever the female version of a himbo is. That's the
Yes.
entire word. Is all that sentence.
I
Yes.
see.
Mm, It would have to be
So-
something that's not traveling related, but rather city related, I suppose.
Oh, could this tie into your appreciation and quote unquote devotion to self-care? That you've
Yeah.
picked up something
Okay.
from Hafrit that you go, actually, this is
Spa
really
day.
nice.
Spa day.
I was thinking, my first thought was scented candles, but spa day also works, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Look, look.
would Hafrit have a specific focus on something sensory?
Yeah, I think kind of like the sensory things, creature comforts, I guess, would kind of be the way
Mhm.
to do it. To kind of go the opposite way is like yeah, there's a lot of travel, but like there's just I only need a little bit to get me from point A to point B, so I'm going to just save a little bit of money if we're using currency and this and go in like the travel things. Heffrey goes, no 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 no, we're gonna be on the road for like weeks at a time, or we're gonna just have a good time in this place. It's a little more expensive.
Hmm.
I know. But it'll feel a lot better in the morning.
So what I'm imagining right now, and feel free to disregard, I'm imagining something like you carrying dried herbs with you in your pack to make your clothes more fragrant when you pick them out, or something where it is you have a certain ointment or a tonic where you
Scented lotions.
or something like that that you add to your daily hygiene routine that you've picked up from Hafrit.
Yeah, I like that.
It's definitely like generally speaking, I think Hafrit's given you two things if it's like related to lotions, because you do a lot of travel and survival stuff. So there's scented and unscented for when you don't need to garner attention through scent type of thing. But it is kind of the care for other purposes.
I've written not settling for quote unquote good enough, as well as the
Yes.
little pleasures in life.
Oh. I think that sounds very fun. Now, have we gone through all of the questions so far? Because I believe so.
I have notes for everything.
I also have all three of my questions written down.
Questions.
I just don't
done.
know how I managed to save them last time. Oh, there. Save and close editor.
There you go.
Very
Yeah,
good.
I see it.
So yeah, I also put connections to others and then just wrote the sentences down there at the bottom of my questions. So
Yeah, I saw.
Hmm.
And feel free to use the shared notes if you want to keep them in a shared location as well.
in the journal.
Could be in a journal. There is also a
Oh yeah, the note
a
doc.
cloud
Okay.
document. Now, I did say if all goes well, we might play out some introductory scenes.
Hmm.
But it's time in about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Very quick
That is-
introductory scene.
Very short.
Speed run. Cutscene skip. Let's go.
So I think I would like to end with a tiny little cutscene
Mhm.
where we start off in the misty, almost frozen clouds above Kunari. As we move down, we see on the edge of a large land bridge, we see a almost like oval wall, a fortification, where in one of the sides, what's the word? I'm always wanting to say Lagrange points, but that's not it. Because with an oval, you have like 2 points that a shape makes. I don't know.
The 2 center points, yeah.
Yeah, in one of
Kind
the
of.
center points stands this large, almost almost 6-story high dome shape, which you all know to be the center of town for Kot. Everything is indoors, and as you move with the point of view closer to this city, to this this hub, you see that someone's traveling closer, carrying a large pack, and even more so on a beast of burden, incredibly furry and insulated paws as they travel towards the gate, which is carefully opened, and inside, that frigid cold instantly is banished as they move indoors. They remove a large upper layer, a robe that they folded over their chest, fur around their neck getting removed for the moment, as you now see the inner comforts of Kot. It is warm, it is welcome, it is familiar. There are things of comfort here. There's many different wall art of different things, of different styles, of different eras even. And one of the people that greets this new traveler, this merchant, is a fellow by the name of Yan, Y-A-A-N. They are one of the Restoragence's sages, one of the people that actually runs this particular branch of the Restoragence, as they say. Greetings. Well, I hope for the traders' sakes you have some good wares. But I also hope you brought some relics for our edification. And the trader, big smile, says, "You bet." And that is where we're going to end today's session.
Okay.
Nice.
I would like to, once again, thank you all for your presence as viewer and as player. I would like to, in particular, thank Alvrans, playing Hafrit, soon to be.
Yes, me.
We have Danny Cat, who is going to be playing Kalen. Oh, you're muted at the moment.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah! We have Kamesy playing Nose.
Oh, hi.
We have Sunny playing Ophelia.
Hi. I'm
And-
looking forward to chaos.
Oh, and we have Cyrenix playing Rune.
Yes, I exist.
You obviously exist because you're here with us, and we're
We are
going to
very
be
happy
playing
that you do.
a lovely adventure with a mystery that I hope you'll all enjoy. If you have anything to plug, now is the time, Alvrans.
I mean, everything that I would plug is here.
True. But we are going to be playing in the demigod tier of play with Sion next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, Danny Cat will be in there as well.
Yeah, also, go to Articulate T's YouTube channel if you want the archive of Hyrule Chronicles
Mm-hmm.
videos and VODs.
Yeah, let me actually bring that up.
I forgot to mention that last time.
Copy. There we go. Those are the videos. I should bring up I think it's HC? No, apparently not. Never mind.
You have commands to make.
I have commands to make, yes. Kamesy, what are you going to be up to in the coming, 2 weeks?
Oh, hi.
So I am a streamer on this here platform called Twitch. Tomorrow I am doing my Shenana Day, which is usually the day where I play a lot of different games. So come join me for that. No guarantee on whether I'll actually start at 12:30 because this heat is genuinely so rough. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
struggling to exist. Which is why I was really tired today.
Understood.
But next week, Saturday, so the 14th, is my stream anniversary. I will have been streaming on Twitch for 5 years.
Yay!
So, if you want to come and say hi, come and say hi. I don't have any ideas for what I'm going to do, to be honest. I've been working on school stuff, and so
Not
I have
dating sim.
completely forgotten about.
Mm.
Not a dating sim?
Plant
No, the
dating
plant
sim.
dating sim.
Plant
That was-
dating sim again?
That's a short
That would
one.
be-
That's doable.
Yeah. I mean, Saturday is also my long haul, so I
Mhm.
could easily just play a whole bunch of different games.
Mhm.
But I could also do other things. I don't know. I haven't planned is basically what I'm saying. But I know that the stream will be happening. So come hang out.
If you have nothing planned, have you consider a plant?
Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, continue as you were.
Yes, we also have Sunny or Sunflare Space.
Hi. I am also a streamer. Usually Wednesdays and Saturdays. Though I might not stream tomorrow because it's my dad's birthday on Monday, so
Oh.
I'll have family over tomorrow and on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. He's going to be 71. Since when are my parents so old?
That is quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were that much of a
I'll be streaming on Wednesday, and I'll be streaming next week Saturday, because I'll be doing a special Valentine's stream with my husband.
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 Wonderful.
We don't know what yet, but he'll be there, so you can
Yeah.
expect gross gushiness because
plant dating sim.
I was going to say.
I might not survive. You saw me last time.
Hmm. I think
It's
we
really-
participated.
Mhm. I still have to do one from last year for funding my PC. How has it been a year since I got my PC?
It's been quite a bit, yeah. It's been.
Yeah.
What is time?
What is time?
Isn't, well, to quote the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, time is an illusion. Lunchtime, doubly so.
Mm,
Yeah, because I think about it. Last year I got my PC funded around this time.
Mm-hmm.
This year,
Yeah.
well, end of the month, I'll be moving to Finland.
Ooh, good luck.
Yeah.
So I might play one of these
Congratulations.
sessions on my husband's PC because I'll be shipping my PC with a courier, so it will
Mhm.
be there. But then I might not have my desk yet, or my monitors, which will
Yeah.
make
We'll
streaming
figure
quite
things
difficult.
out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and if it does work, it works.
I can always use my husband's PC. He has a better
Mhm.
microphone than I do.
yeah.
Steal it.
I might. He's not watching, so it's fine.
And finally, we have Cyrenix.
Yes, hello. I also stream. I wouldn't consider myself a streamer because it's not that I stream and play games on stream, it's that I play games that I just so happen to stream. When I do play games on stream, though, I usually, at least currently, play I Want to Escape Into My Mind, which I'm trying to beat without dying, which is quite the journey, and I'm probably going to be busy all month with that because the game turned out to be quite hard to do that with. And whatever I play after that, usually, so like first half of the stream is usually that, and then the second half is whatever chill game I decide to play that doesn't require like my full focus and attention. And since I just finished the game, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing next time.
Fair enough.
Obligatory plant dating sim.
Yeah, speed run the plant
You
dating
know
sim.
what? You know what? I might be the one who actually goes and does that.
Good for
Perfect.
you. Wonderful.
It's technically a 20-minute game, but last
I
time
played it
I played
before.
it, we spent 2 hours.
Yeah, it also took me several hours to get through.
To be fair, we did do the voice acting, plus your reactions to the voice acting.
Yes.
So there. Thank you all again for participating in this silly little game. And next time, we'll actually be starting our adventure. I think we should raid out. I haven't yet changed my raid message yet because I have new emotes. But since it is February, which in the States is Black History Month, I thought I would take Gamesy as an example for raiding into one of her stream team's members, who is currently playing Final Fantasy XIV Online. So if you don't want to see spoilers, C's really great. But yeah, if you want to join in, you can have those raid messages. I'm just going to add my new ones in there as well.
One question actually, do we have homework till next time?
Yes, Gamesy has homework to make a Hero Forge mini with Danny, and Alvrins has homework to think of a name for a background connection.
I will give myself homework
Yes.
of figuring out a name for the town I hail from.
Yes, and when you do, let me know so I can help with that if you desire.
Yeah.
So, with that said, I've been Cressnether, I am Cressnether, I will be Cressnether for some time at the very least. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I'm just rambling until I find the end screen button. Goodbye!
Bye!